Hey everyone, Wax Weirdo here, and I have an empties video for you for the month of October. So this is all my candles and my waxness that I got through for the month. I did have specific scents that I melt, my scent story, and those could have included pumpkin mixed, like blends with like apple or blueberry, mostly fruity and pumpkin, not necessarily bakery and muffin and pumpkin. Sweet potato, candy corn, caramel apple, caramel, rum, bourbon, carnival, cornbread, Twinkies, carrot cake, cola, root beer, cannoli, chocolate chips, s'mores, white chocolate, licorice, anise, and chocolate candy. So those are the kind of notes that I like to melt and burn in the October month. Okay, let's just get into the candles. Let's start out with this colonial candle. The packaging is adorable. This is in the scent Jack-o'-lantern. Look at this cute little spiderweb lid. I got these on sale last year. Yeah. So I hadn't melted them yet. The smell is nice. I really just got kind of a licorice, maybe a little bit of like a smoky, woody kind of thing, but mostly just kind of licorice, maybe a little bit of candy. I can't remember exactly the notes for all these. Sadly, it didn't really perform the best. The burn wasn't that great, and neither was the fragrance throw and strength. I didn't really get any throw from this at all. So it really was just more for ambiance. The burn wasn't that great either. The wicks decided they wanted to be puny, so I did have to let this melt to get it to pull out like all day. Melt, burn, burn. Oh my gosh. I'm already starting the video out like this, but there are lots, it's hard to see, but there's lots of rings of wax in here. But anyway, I know I wouldn't repurchase it, but it was cute, I guess. I also did its little sister or brother here, its sibling. I loved this packaging too. It was darker glass, but you could still kind of see a little bit of the flamage in there. Sadly, this performed just like the other one, though I did get some throw. See, you can see the residue. And sometimes, and you know what, it doesn't bother me that there's residue, but this you can tell it struggled. So I did get at least a little bit of throw out of this. I got a lot of throw at the beginning, and then sadly it just didn't want to fill the space much at all. So I was a little disappointed. And then this one smells a lot like Jack-o'-lantern. It's just a little bit heavier, I think, on the licorice, a little bit deeper, a little bit darker. Okay, and then I got through this large jar from Goose Creek. This was in candy corn, and I absolutely loved it. It smelled so good. I had it up in my bedroom, and it filled the area so nicely. The burn was good. There is some carbon action on there. That is probably from me, because there was sometimes I was neglectful on letting it burn a little bit, like an hour or two longer than it should have. That was my fault. But for the most part, I didn't have any problems with the performance. I usually don't as far as the burn goes. Told you about the throw, of course. The only thing that I have experience with Goose Creek candles, and it's not all of them, it's kind of on these lighter fragrances, is there in the middle, I get like a burned pool. Eventually it gets around this area, and I've got, you know, a 1/2 inch pool that smells burned. It's a burning smell. So I usually just hot dump what's melted, trim the wicks, and then relight it, and it goes back to normal. Then I don't have a problem. It doesn't happen with all Goose Creek, but it does happen with a few. Okay, and then another Goose Creek in a large jar was this caramel applewood. I've been dying to try this. I've had this for like over a year, and it was nice. It was kind of like a woodsy cider lane or woodsy caramel apple-y-ish. Yeah, you definitely get the apple. It's not really like a green apple. To me, it's more like a red delicious or a Mac apple and caramel. So it's, and it's not as sweet as Cider Lane is. And there is a tiny bit of, a little bit of deep woodsiness that I got from this. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. And it did great. It was sooty. I do get, you know, even though I trim the wicks, sometimes they just get a little bit sooty. And you just have to be really meticulous. And sometimes I don't trim them every single time I light them. And I probably should, because even if you accidentally trim these too short, you usually still don't have a problem. The strength on this one was okay. It was medium. I did have this in the open area between my living room and my kitchen, so it is hard to get, you know, a decent throw from a lot of candles, but it was okay in that sense. I do have melts in this. I haven't melted yet, but I probably should give that a try. But again, no problems. I would probably repurchase this one again if I'm feeling like this mood of caramel apple-ness. Okay, then I have a Bath & Body Works candle. This is in Gooey Marshmallow, which smelled so good on cold. It was so sweet, almost caramelly, spun sugar type. Sadly, I also had this going in the open area, my open concept living and kitchen area, and I couldn't smell it at all. And I usually don't get, usually Bath & Body Works candles, I always get something. But this is torched marshmallows, brown sugar, and a caramel drizzle. So I was kind of sad. I have another one. I wonder if I should just chop it up. But it burned fine. I do have some wax rings, but it didn't bother me at all. I never had problems with it not pulling out. So I was happy about it. And then look at the packaging. It's like a little sweater. You know, that's adorable. Okay, and then my favorite candle, the last candle, was a Homeworks candle, and this was in Root Beer Float, and I absolutely loved it. It was so delightful. I didn't have any problems with performance. I mean, there's hardly any wax left in there. There is rings of residue, but that doesn't mean anything because performance was fine. I find with these, even though it's a 4-wick, you've got to let these burn for, you know, 6 hours-ish. I think it only wants you to burn them for like 3 to 4, but it is not enough for it to pull out. If you don't do that, you're going to have problems with tunneling and problems with more residue on the sides. But look at this cute label. Love the lid with the scalloping on the edges. Don't look at that burn part. The notes on here are root beer, anise, sparkling ginger, vanilla bean, and crystallized sugar. So good. It was just a beautiful root beer. It's exactly how I can describe it. It didn't really smell fizzy or anything like that. I just got a deep, beautiful sarsaparilla type love floating through. And I also had this in the kitchen / living room area, and it filled everything up fantastic. So loved it. I have another one of these. I would definitely get more of them. Okay. All right, let's start off with wax. I wanted to do this like shatter. This is Peeps Bunny Bark from Salt Mountain Melts, and it is carrot cake, cream cheese frosting, and Peeps. And on cold, it was really nice. Melting, I didn't really get too much of a throw. I mainly melt in here in my kitchen, my living room, and my dining room area, and I have what did I have? Like 4 or 5 warmers. 6 dishes total because one of them's in a cord. So that's 3 dishes. And yeah, so I can usually get, even if it's a lighter fragrance, I can usually get a medium throw. Obviously if I get a light throw, then it's super light. This was, yeah, super duper light. So it wouldn't be a repurchase for me. I felt like, yeah, it was a nice fragrance if I put my nose over it, but this one just didn't perform that great. Okay, then I have from Sassy Girl Aroma, Oak Barrel, Cider Lane, Toasted Marshmallow, Cinnamon, Donuts, Noel. Holy crap, that's the longest thing. Okay, this I absolutely loved. I need to sniff it again. Ugh. There's something about the Oak Barrel and the Cider Lane together that just makes some sort of delicious scent. I mean, it's seriously sorcery. I gotta smell it one more time. There's a sweetness even with the Oak Barrel and the caramel and the apple with the Cider Lane. Just something, and it's not necessarily, it's like a woodsy. It's so good. A sweet woodsy caramel apple. And I would hoard this if I had more. I think I might have some from a different vendor, but yes, this was fantastic. It was strong, super strong, like 8 or 9. Loved it so much. Ugh, wish I had more. Oh, this is a huge bag. Oh yeah. This is from Abbey Lane. This was a ginormous loaf that Peggy had made for me. It was huge. I want to say it was like 29 ounces. So this is zucchini, wildberry mousse, sweet bakery dough, and birthday cake. Now I didn't get the wildberry mousse as much. There was a hint of berry, just a hint, but what really was in there that made this so special was the zucchini and the sweet bakery dough. And it was a different type of zucchini. I felt like this was a little bit more spicy, a little bit more bread-like. Oh, I was obsessed. Yeah, I melted this thing. I got through this sucker like so quickly, probably within like a week. Loved it. I would definitely want more of this. The zucchini was different. To me, it was spicier, and I liked it so very much. Okay, then I had some root beer float from L3 Waxy, and this was, oh, sorry, by the way, this was strong too. This was a beautiful medium strong throw. This was a strong throw for sure. This is probably my favorite root beer that I did out of all the vendors this year. It was so beautiful. I loved it. This was 2 uses for me because I usually do about 3 ounces of wax down here because I have 6 dishes. And I loved each time. I actually saved the other half for Halloween night for my trick-or-treaters to enjoy, which I don't know if they did because like they're gonna tell you, oh, your house smells good. Well, they might, I don't know. I did have a kid say he liked my decorations outside, so that made me happy. He was cute. He was a wolf. Anyway, let's get back to it. Loved it. This is probably my favorite root beer from any vendor. Like I said, strong, beautiful, exactly root beer deliciousness. Okay, then I had some She Loves Cake. Make sure I don't have any other notes. I do. This is chocolate pumpkin creme brulee, which is pumpkin, creme brulee, and rich chocolate. And this was okay. It kind of had a smell that was a generic burnt caramel and a little bit of a spiced pumpkin smell. And on cold, it smelled really nice, but just on warm, it just wasn't the best pumpkin smell either. It was kind of that generic caramel and pumpkin smell, if you know what I'm talking about. There's just something and I feel bad saying this, a little cheap about it. Sadly, she's not in business anymore. I did like some of her fragrances. Obviously, I did not like this one, but yeah. Moving on. Oh, yes, Psycho. This was very, very similar to the Sassy Girl Oak Barrel one I had. This was so good. This is Birthday Cake and Oak Barrel Cider. Oh, yes, I loved this. Let me smell it. It just didn't have as much. I was getting, what was I getting? Like carrot cake vibes, or yeah, or like zucchini bread vibes, kind of, but different, something a little bit different from this. It was lovely. I would definitely get more of this. I hope I do have more of it. I'm not sure. Okay, then I had a Zombieland, which was toasted marshmallow, pumpkin pie crunch, and zucchini bread. Oh, and you know what? I think maybe this is the one I was getting carrot cake vibes from. And one of them I got carrot cake, one of them I was getting zucchini. Even though this says zucchini, I think this is the one I was getting carrot cake vibes from. Sorry. They were amazing. I was obsessed with both of these. I will definitely purchase them. They both were strong. Yeah, medium high throw. Loved them. And they were smooth. Like there was a smoothness to them. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, then this is old. This is from last year from a Crafty Barista. This is most little carrot cake. And oh, I don't want to say that word. I'm just going to say carrot cake piled high with cream cheese icing. I almost said it. This was a little tombstone, and on cold it was good. I think maybe this was a little bit too old. It was just kind of a light to medium throw. I had it upstairs in the bedroom area. Okay, then I had this, I want to say, what was this? SpongeBob and caramel apple cider and marshmallow fireside. Ooh, and I don't think I remember too much about it. I think, let me stop. Sorry about that. Oh no, I do remember. I did have it upstairs and it did really well. Just exactly what it said. Yeah, that's right. It was kind of like a cider lane-ish with a little bit of the fireside, and it did pretty good. Okay, then I have this Sassy Girl Aroma Clam in Black Castle Casper. I think this is like a blackberry cider lane fireside. Oh, it's right here. Oh, blackberry cider lane marshmallow fireside marshmallow. Damn, I'm pretty good, if I do say so myself. Let me open this. Yeah, I loved it. It was very nice. Very sweet, though, with the cider lane and the blackberry. But I liked it. I probably couldn't melt a whole crap ton of it, but I did enjoy it. Okay. Then I have some Blended with Love that I did. I just felt like doing some cherry. Did not fall into the melting basket mix, but that's okay. This is cherry ice cream float, which is vanilla ice cream, cream soda, and cherries. And I had this here in the main room, and sadly, it just didn't perform at all. I really got no throw at it from it at all, like barely even light. So hopefully the other things are a little bit better. Oh boy. Okay, this was stunning. This is from Rockets. This is hot chocolate vanilla covered pretzels, and these are these cute little flowers. Okay, it's amazing. Chocolate is so hard to do, and what I think made this successful is that salty pretzel in there. And there was also a creaminess from the vanilla. It is so delicious. It wasn't cloying, and it wasn't overly sweet. Seriously, this was a medium to high throw. That's perfect for me. I was going up and down the stairs doing whatnot, and I would get like the whiff of it coming back down again. And every time I was like, oh my God, this is sensational. I could not get over it. I wish I had like, I don't know, a room full of it. It was so lovely. If you're scared, sorry, I was saying, if you're scared of chocolate, but maybe kind of like it, but don't like it, on the fence about it, I would give this a whirl because I think that you would like it. Okay, moving on. Candles from the keeping room. I rebag mine. So you know, I like to put, these labels peel off really easily. You can just stick them back on. And I always rebag them because it's easier to get in and out of these. Okay, this is butterscotch. It's exactly what it was. Smells so good. It was a medium throw. This is a little bit older. So I bet if it was a little bit newer, it probably would have had a higher throw, but beautiful butterscotch type candy smell. I love that smell during this time. So I would definitely get this one again. Okay, next. I finished this little bag in Empire Alchemy. This is cider raisin bread, which is cider lane raisin bread and ginger cookies. And this was okay. I had high hopes for it because I don't have a lot of wax that has raisin in it. And so, yeah, it smelled just kind of lightly spiced bakery type. The throw was light, almost medium, didn't quite get there. I did have it in this main room. And what's kind of strange, is when it was melting, I know this is odd, and I would get it when I'd come like down the stairs. I got a vibe of chlorine. And I know I hate saying this stuff, but that's just what I got. That's what my nose detected. So I wouldn't get this one again, but there are other blends of Empire Alchemies that I absolutely love. Okay, moving on. This is L3 Waxy Wonders. This is Cider Lane Danish Butter Cookies. Let me make sure if I have any extra notes on this one besides what I can remember. I just want to say, oh yeah, this was nice. It was a light to medium throw. Usually I get a medium to high throw with L3. This was just your typical Cider Lane, a little bit of bakery with it. Okay, then I have some coconut sugar cookie from Candles from the Keeping Room. And this too was, it was all right. I didn't love it. I had it melting upstairs in the bedroom area. I don't know. Maybe I just am over the pumpkin coconut mixture. Maybe that's what it is. But I mean, it was good. It was nice. It was a medium throw. That room is a little bit smaller. And yeah, maybe I'm just over the pumpkin coconut thing. I know that's really sad because it's not really been a thing for too long. But yeah, I liked it. But it's just not my set preference anymore, I guess you could say. Oh yes, this is from the Strange Charm. This is Hayride, and that's fresh fallen leaves and pumpkin apple butter. Let me just tell you, this is in my top 5 probably scents of 2019. This is, it's so amazing. I had to go back and get a loaf of it. I was seriously obsessed and so blown away at how this smelled. So you do get this freshness from the fresh fallen leaves on cold, like that's pretty much all you smell, and maybe a little bit of pumpkin apple butter. But when it is melting, you get like half and half of this. You get the little bit of leaves and the freshness, and then the pumpkin apple butter is so interesting to me. There's like a creaminess to it. There's a deep darkness to it in a way too, that there's something, yeah, deeper about it. It's not heavy spice, but I feel like there is a tad bit of some sort of spice in here. And I don't know. It was just some sort of witchcraft of freshness and bakery that worked. It worked. And it was wonderful. And I made sure to tell Casey how much I loved it. So good for her on this one. Love, 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 love. Okay, and don't mind this handwriting. Sorry, that's me. This is from Abby Lane. This is pumpkin pecan waffles and pistachio and vanilla butter fudge. And this was nice too. It was just a little piece of her brittle, and I melted this upstairs. I mostly got pumpkin pecan waffles and pistachio together, which was a very complimentary. It was like a medium throw, light to medium. Yeah, really nice. Abby Lane has wonderful pistachio if you haven't tried it already. Reaching in. And then I got through this bag, this old bag of Marshmallow Man, which I really love this marshmallow. It's super sweet. So you have to like sweet. And it being old, it still had a pretty decent throw. I had it going upstairs, in the whole upstairs, the bedrooms, the office, my wax room, the bathroom. I just had it all through up there. And yeah, and it was medium to almost like high throw, just delicious, marshmallowy, sweet, gooey vanilla. Maybe there's a slight like sponge sugary scent to it. Love it. Okay, then I had some butter rum spice cake from Kelly's Wax Corner, and I didn't really care for this. I don't know. It was okay. Maybe it's just maybe it was just too old, but I felt like it just kind of got a waxy, the oil and the wax kind of maybe turned a little bit because it was just a little too old. Yeah. And then kind of the same with this one, this Malva pudding cake, caramel marshmallow sugar waffle cone. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite. I'm just gonna move along with that one. Okay, then I had this super old, look, 9717, seriously. This is Spider Cider, which is gooey caramel cider. And it was fantastic. It was like your cider lane-ish, and it still performed excellent. It didn't last as long though, like maybe only a couple hours, maybe 3 hours, but that's not bad for it being as old as it was. And it still had like medium throw, so that's pretty dang good. Okay. Oh, I loved this from Rainbow Belts. This is Monster Munch. It's caramel corn, toasted marshmallow, and salty pretzel. Let me see if I have. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I had to check my notes. Loved this. Excellent. Smelled like kettle corn, caramel corn. It was salty. It smelled like you were warming up just to make your sauce, like for your caramel popcorn. It was like bubbling, buttery caramel, medium strength. They were such cute shapes, like brains and owls and tombstones. I would love to get this again. Okay, and then I had Salt Mountains Black Cow. This is root beer, creamy vanilla, and cherry. Okay, so this, I got a medium throw. I did not detect any cherry. I think that root beer probably just was too much for the cherry to come out. The root beer was okay. I love Salt Mountain very much, so this kind of just lacked a little bit for me because the root beer was a little too artificial smelling. Root beer is hard. It was still kind of in the same family as L3s, but I just preferred L3s better. It was moving kind of into that candy cigarettes territory. And that's okay. Like, I'm really beginning to embrace that scent and like that scent. And yeah, but so I guess I'm just comparing to this to the L3 scoopable in her root beer, and I do like the L3 one better. But this was still good, and I still have more of it, and I'm still gonna melt it and like it. I just prefer the L3. Okay, and then I was sent this from a waxy lover. So sweet. This is Sassy Girl Room at Halloween Haul. What's up, Dina? This is from you. And this was a little zombie face, and I loved him, and I was sad I didn't want to get rid of him, but I did. And I want to say this was like licorice, and there's maybe a little bit of bakery note in it, and it was good. I just used it upstairs, had a medium throw, and I think I was able to get my hands on a loaf of this. Is that the one I got, or did I got some loaf of something? But yeah, I would definitely get this again if I don't already have it. I would make sure that I would get it because I liked it. And his face, oh, his face, I loved it so much. Okay, this is Perfect Sense, and this is Pretty Fabulous, which is a rich patchouli sandalwood blend sweetened with cakes, cookies, and marshmallows. Oh, I loved this. I'm not usually a patchouli person, but how she blended it with the sandalwood, and I love sandalwood, and with the sweetness of the bakery, it just was beautiful. I had this upstairs in my room, and every time I'd go up there, I was like, oh my gosh, it is so good and so beautiful. It does smell different, I believe, when melting it. There's just that sweetness and woodiness and earthiness together. It's just something super special, and it lasted forever. I had this going all day, and I think this is all I had of this, so I need to get some more of it. Okay, then I had some vintage chic scents in cotton candy corn, and let me smell this again. Yeah, this one I remember. Okay, it was a cute little pie, and it was like tri-colored. It was adorable, but it was okay. This was lighter. It's hard to do. It just kind of smelled like a light vanilla with a little bit of a light cotton candy. I have smelled cotton candy from L3 that, or not cotton candy, candy corn, that's a little bit better and stronger. Okay, then I have Abbey Lane Banana Root Beer Vanilla Ice Cream, and this was so cute. These were like little square pieces with bananas, little banana chunks. It was so cute. Slices, banana slices, that's better. I loved it so much, the little shapes. The scent itself was good. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite. It was super strong. The root beer was very nice and strong, but the banana was a little artificial. It brought it into that too much of an artificial realm. But I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. Okay, then I had a really bad migraine. Oh, look. And I did Middle Earth and Toasted Mallow. I love Middle Earth so much. It's such a beautiful, it's like rosemary and mint and lavender. It is just and dirt. Oh, it's something special. I would never think to pick it up, but somehow I was like, I'm just gonna buy a clam one day, and then I ended up loving it, and it's perfect for when I'm just trying to get rid of a migraine. I will soak in the tub and have this melting like in a tea light. And the Toasted Mallow to this didn't really change it too much for me, so it was pretty much the same. Okay, then I have Destination Wax Vanilla Root Beer. Boy, I was really on the root beer kick. I'm a weirdo. Okay, anyway, this was Vanilla Root Beer. Beautiful, love this one. I love that she puts vanilla in with her root beer. This was medium throw. It is quite a bit older. Yeah, look at the pour date on that. So I know it could have been stronger. Loved it. Would definitely, I did like this as well. Okay, then I have some pumpkin cupcake ice cream from the Bathing Garden. This is pumpkin cupcake, caramel, pumpkin, and ice cream. And what do I remember about this one? Sorry, I don't have any notes. Oh yeah, it was okay. Sometimes pumpkin is really tricky. It's just, it kind of moved into that pumpkin generic realm, and the caramel is a little, it was a little much. I love me some pumpkin. I love me caramel. I love me pumpkin caramel. This one I just didn't love. There was just it was kind of that generic, I don't know, artificially type, if that makes sense. Okay, then I have some vintage chic scents in the Warrens, and this is gooey marshmallow, cider lane, and glazed cinnamon donuts. This was delicious. Loved it. Let me smell this again. Oh, it's so good. It was so strong. The cider lane is what you get first. It starts the show. And then after a few hours, I felt like the cinnamon then took center stage and burst out. And the cider lane kind of took a back seat. So this was kind of fun. It was like a changeling. Ooh, I would love to get this again. And look at how old it is, and it still performed lovely. Okay, keep on cruising. I finished this scent shot in Destinations Wax Sugar Vanilla Champagne. This is good. It's like a super sugary fizzy pop. So good. So good. Super sugary, super sweet sugary, and then bam, fizzy pop is what you get. I love to blend this with root beer or butterscotch. It's just fun. And that's what I did with some of the root beer and the butterscotches I had. Love it. Would definitely get this again. Strong, medium to strong throw. Perfect. Okay, I have another 4-pack in Kelly's Wax Corner. This is butter rum. This is kind of like the other butter rum one. I just didn't prefer it. I'm gonna move on. Okay, then I did some She Loves Cake. This is in Barnabas Collins. From the show Dark Shadows, this is gingerbread, blood red berries, and a hint of black licorice. Sadly, I don't remember too much about this. I can't really give you too much, but you can't get it anyway, so. Okay, then I tried some lovely wax. This was in Clowning Around, and this was, oh yeah, this was kind of like a carnival type. It was really close to, oh, I have a look of it, Carnival Lights. Just kind of, you know, caramel apple, funnel cakes, that kind of midway realm, if you will. And I had it upstairs and it was good. Okay, only a few left. Okay, candles from the keeping room in Bear Claws. This was a dark horse. Now, it didn't like come in swinging. She was more demure. It was a light medium throw, but it did start crawling up the stairs. I had it in this main room. I got like an authentic creme brulee smell, but then it also transitioned to like a light cinnamon fried dough aspect. It was smooth and it was creamy and it was delicious. Thank you, Bear Claw. Would get you again. Okay, then I have some American Made wax. This is President Vanilla Von Schweetz, which is sweet spun sugar, caramel, sweet vanilla. I love Wreck-It Ralph so much. This was on the lighter side. Sadly, it got a little waxy smelling, kind of a little chapstick smell. But then sometimes I would get a nice, smooth, creamy caramel smell. So he was also kind of a changeling, but it was, yeah. Okay, then I got the Bathing Gardens clam. I got through that, which is the Fortune Teller. This is cola drenched funnel cake, butterscotch, cream soda. Like, sounds like all the most amazing things ever. It was on the lighter side. I had it in this main room, but the cola was a wonderful fragrance. Just what I wanted. This was not super sweet at all. All of these notes were beautiful together, but it was lighter. Would I get this again? You know, I would say yes. Now that I just smelled it again, yes, I'd probably get it again because even though it was light, it was still lovely. Okay, only a couple more, A Better Homes and Gardens, clam and Jamaican rum gelato. I really liked this last year, and this is, yeah, this clam is from last year. But this year I didn't really care for it. So maybe my nose is changing. Again, it kind of got into that where I say like the pumpkin or the caramel gets this generic or artificial smell. That's what this kind of smells like. It's in that same family of weirdness. Okay, last thing that we have, old school scoopable tart wax. Wish we still had this vendor, but this is Pumpkins at the Fair, which was green apple, sweet pumpkin, waffle cone, and marshmallow smoothie. Okay, this was the bomb. I gotta smell it again. Oh, it's so amazing. I'm sorry for my weird noises. That green apple legit brought this to a new level. This was a almost medium throw. Like I said, the green apple was the star, but then the pumpkin did give it a little extra something. This had a tad bit of a resemblance to, if you're familiar with American smoothie, think of American smoothie with green apple with it. Like it would be its distant cousin. It has the same undertone, but again, can't get this anymore, but maybe I'll see if Rose Girls has something similar. Loved this. I was sad that I finished it off. I just grabbed it. I had never tried it before, but this is probably my other favorite from this group. Amazing. I would get, yeah, a house full of this. It was stunning. Absolutely stunning. Love, love, love. Okay, that's my long Empties video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were able to, you know, eat a snack and sit down for a while. What did you melt anything that I melted or anything similar? Or what did you melt in October and that I should maybe try out? All right. Bye-bye.